Namaste. My name is Shivabala Narayana. Welcome to Roots and Wings. Let me start with a story. A young man graduates from college and manages to find a job. He's very happy. He can't wait for his first day at work. First day arrives. He wakes up in the morning, full of energy. Dresses up nicely, ironed shirt, tie, shiny shoes. He takes the bus to work, gets down at the bus stop, and walks a couple of blocks to the office. He looks at his watch, 8:55 a.m. He wants to arrive at work exactly at 9 a.m. and make an impression. He doesn't want to be late, so he picks up the stride. Suddenly he stops. He hears a baby screaming. He turns to look. The sound is coming from a swimming pool next to the street. And there's a baby struggling to stay afloat in the water, flailing its arms and screaming at the top of its voice. Clearly the baby needs help. The young man looks around, but there doesn't seem to be anybody else to help. He thinks for a moment whether he should run towards the baby. But he looks at his watch. Oh my God, it's 8:57. I can't be late for my first day of work. What will my boss think? Besides, if I jump into the water to save the baby, my shoes will all get soggy and wet. And how can I present myself like that to my new boss? Also, where are the parents? I'm sure they are around somewhere. They will take care. Oh my God, it's 8:58. I'm going to be late for work. And he sprints all the way to the office, barges in as the clock strikes 9. Everyone at the office is super impressed that the young hire is so punctual for work. Back in the swimming pool, the poor baby drowns and dies. This is a fictional story originally created for a Princeton ethics class by Professor Peter Singer. My heart aches for the baby, and I'm sure yours does too. It's easy for us to be mad at the young man for abandoning the drowning baby. He could have saved the baby. We might even scold him in innovative ways. Stupid! Idiot! Your priorities in life are all messed up, bro. Can't you see that if you go to work with your shoes all wet and clothes drenched up and tell your boss that you actually saved a baby, he will be so impressed that he'll want to keep you employed there forever? The hard reality is that most of us would have done the same thing as the young man in a similar situation. We are willing to help as long as it doesn't interfere with our priorities in life. But if the type of help requires that we change our lifestyle significantly and rework our priorities more than at a superficial level, we won't do it. The baby in the story can be a metaphor for a number of things. A number of things the world needs more of our attention. But let's pick global warming and climate change. Like the child in the swimming pool, we can hear Mother Earth flailing her arms and desperately crying for help. Forests are disappearing. Clean water is disappearing. Extreme weather is getting more extreme. I would argue that the world is in a worse place today than it was 50 years ago. The chances of there being no human life on Earth within the next 100 years is much higher today than it was 50 years ago. There's plenty of scientific data to support this, and numbers don't lie. If the world is the Titanic, the ship may not be sinking yet, but there's more and more water coming in. Who is responsible for this rapid deterioration? Humans are responsible, sure, but that alone is a lame and lazy answer. Of course, humans are. Not meteors, not birds, not reptiles, not apes. Humans. Our mindless consumption, our capitalistic economies. But who could have prevented it? Who is the young man in the climate change situation who saw it with his own eyes that Mother Nature is drowning, screaming for help, and yet did nothing? That, I would say, are people who were adults in the room during those 50 years of deterioration. The ones who had power and control, who were leading an active adult life. People like me, our generation, we are responsible for it. Maybe the downward trend started much earlier in the 20th century, but our generation, my generation, is the one who knew that there is a problem brewing, saw it with our own eyes, like the young man, and did nothing. If the climate change war is a Kurukshetra war, then I am the Dhritarashtra of this war. I could have done things to prevent it, but I did not. At least Dhritarashtra didn't see it with his own eyes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we must fight this war that this Dhritarashtra did not prevent. If we don't, there's a good chance that there may not be humans on Earth 100 years from now. Can we dwell on that possibility for a moment? No human life on our dear planet in 100 years. No world left for our great-grandchildren. All the hard work done by evolution, all the effort that has gone into creating humans from apes, apes from other less evolved mammals, mammals from amphibians, amphibians from aquatic life, all those millions of years of hard work by nature, all destroyed by my generation. So that's the Kurukshetra war, the most significant war of our era, the war to save mankind. We must fight. I must fight. We need an army to fight a war. We need to recruit people like you and me, a call to arms. And like some army recruitment drives, let's imagine that we are setting up a booth at the corner of a busy street intersection and recruiting people to come and fight. How do you think it will go? I'm sure the booth will be crowded. Who wouldn't want to help save the world, right? But the overwhelming question from people would be, what should I do? Tell me what to do and I'll do it. And that statement will be dripping with sincerity and honesty. And like a true booth representative, we show them a shiny flyer. Top things you could do to fight the climate change war. Save energy at home. Don't use air conditioning, since AC uses 25 times more energy than a fan. Walk, bike, take the bus whenever possible. Travel only if required. Avoid buying new things. Reduce, reuse, repair and recycle whenever you can. Eat more vegetables. Throw away less food. Plant more trees. Spend less. Speak up. Engage with people. That's when reality hits. Oh, you want me to change? I thought you were going to ask for some donation money or have me do some volunteering work. And the mind rapidly goes defensive and begins to look for excuses. Sir, I can't be without AC, sir. I get headaches without it. But I eat vegetables. And walking I do 5,000 to 6,000 steps per day. But bus I can't take, sir. Too crowded. I can't stand for a long time. I get leg pain. Speaking up, talking to people, no sir, I can't do that. I'm very shy. In my horoscope, my Mars is in Katakam. I can't talk well. But my wife, she can talk very well. She's good at talking. Or, I'm doing whatever I can, sir. Beyond this, I can't do anything, sir. I can see myself saying many of these things. Inaction, complaining, self-doubt, weak legs. Where have I heard all this before? Sidanti mama gatrani mukham cha parisushyati. My limbs are trembling. My mouth is drying up. Vepatuscha sharire me romaharshascha jayate. My whole body shudders. My hair is standing on end. Oh my God! Not only am I Dhritarashtra of this war, I'm also Arjuna. Not the archer Arjuna, but the chapter 1 Arjuna. The person with self-doubt. The person with attachment. Attachment to AC. Attachment to car. The person who does not want to change. The person who has other priorities. This Arjuna will not fight the Kurukshetra climate change war, even if it means that the survival of this planet is at stake. Here I am, with my bow laid down, not wanting to fight. Where is Krishna when we need him? I think Krishna is coming. And you're not going to believe what he's calling me. That's part 2 of the Hour of Excellence. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you are here when it drops. This is the payoff, so you don't want to miss this.